everyone and welcome to Lucy's Larking Adventures. We're out today on this freezing winter day in southwest England. It's pretty cold, but the rain has held off just for the last few days. So we're going out exploring. You can see we're at this body of water here. It's pretty clear. It looks a bit deep, but we're going to go and check it out a bit further downstream because it usually gets shallower a bit further down there. And then we're going to head off to a place where we know that there is lots of stuff in the bank. So hopefully we're just kind of scouting really for places for sort of early next year once the weather's back on our side, but hopefully we'll find some exciting stuff as well. So come with us and we'll see what we can find. We're just heading across this public footpath now and you can see these sheep, look, so we're just trying our best not to disturb them. They're very interested in what we're doing, look. Welcome back. So here we are, we're at this lovely shallow bit of water, look. Just on the bend of this brook, which is just on the outskirts of Bath. And it's so lovely to be back out in the outdoors and hear the sound of the lovely water sort of drifting by. So we just thought we'd stop off here and see if there's anything, because it's so shallow and sort of shingly. You can see that there are bits of pottery just lying around waiting to be found, look. Look at that lovely piece. So I'm going to have a look for some of those. Ryan's already had a couple of finds, so he's found this nice handle, look. And also just the knuckle of a clay pipe, just the last little bit left, look, but it's just got some initials on it. It says RT. I wonder if that was the maker. Isn't it funny, that's just the last bit left and everything else is just sort of weathered away, cracked off. So I wonder who RT was. I'll see if I can identify that. If you know, then just give me a shout. It'd be good to find out. So I'm going to have a poke around in the shallow bits and see what else there is to spot. Much left of this one, look, a little tiny hint of blue. Just a plain piece. Oh, but look at this piece. That's lovely, isn't it? These lovely flowers. Some for the pocket. Oh, that's nice. Look, it's still got the lovely edge on it. Ryan's had a find as well. Look at this. A lovely marble. That's great. Nice colours. My gloves are slightly ruining the effect there, but yeah, that's really nice. It's very peaceful here just to kind of mooch around and see what everything is. Right, I'm going to go in for that piece, but I'm just going to pull my sleeves up, so bring you back shortly. The water is just so clear today, it's just really lovely. But we're sticking to the shallow bits because it's too cold out to have a welly full of water, unfortunately, today. So we're just going to stick to the bits that we can easily get to. And I've just found this, which piqued my interest because it's such a specific shape, isn't it? So it's obviously made for something. And if you look really closely, you can actually see that it's got a name on it. Can you see that? Can't quite make out these letters. It looks like MH and Co with a W here. So I wonder what that was. What was it used for? Let me know what you think. And I found lots of lovely pieces of pottery as well. So I've got a pocket full, which I will show you in a minute just to catch you up. And then we're going to head a bit further down. We can't go around that way, it's just too deep. So we'll head a bit further down back behind me and see what else there is. There are lots of pieces of broken bottle here, but nothing complete. But it's a sign that bottles obviously do make it here, so we'll keep our eyes peeled. You never know what you might find. As I said, there are lots of lovely pieces of pottery here, and look at these few. A lovely green piece that was obviously the edge of some sort of pot. Lovely colour to it. This is interesting. It's got these sort of lines to it, and I'm not sure if this is the design. It feels like it, or sort of crazing that's happened since. And then this lovely little piece, look, that I assume was part of maybe a sugar bowl or a teacup. But it's just got that lovely blue colour. So I'm just going to head up back against the water now, just in the shallow bit. See if we can find any last few pieces before we go, and we're going to move on to our next place. This looks promising, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? I just love that colour. It's just stunning, isn't it? Oh, didn't expect that. That's nice, isn't it? I don't know what that was. Quite dainty, isn't it? The edges, so you never know what you might find. There's lots of bits of broken glass here, look at that. Could have been a sauce bottle or something, I'm sure. I'll get that out of the way. Suddenly drops off there, look, and just gets really deep. Ryan just picked this up. I wonder what it is. Look at that. And what does it say on it? It's got made in England, and then it says VIT Vit. Does that mean it's Bakelite? My fingers are quite cold, so I can't really feel the texture of it that well. But yeah, let me know if you recognise it. It almost looks like some sort of electrical part, doesn't it, or something? It's got a stone stuck in there. I think it probably would have been hollow. It's just got a little stone lodged in it. But let me know what you think, if you can identify it. I'm really pleased that I've been able to top up my pottery collection. Look at these wonderful pieces. Some really lovely designs. Look at that, that's going to clean up beautifully, I'm sure. This is just stunning. Look at the colours on the and the shapes and everything. This is interesting with the sort of black glaze clay, some sort of plate. And then finally, look, a little tiny remains of a handle. Look how dainty and small that is with that lovely pattern on it. And I'm sure that that just would have been stunning, wouldn't it? So we can head off from here now and go to another location. We were just going to kind of stop off here and see if it was shallow, and it was shallow enough to do some pottery collecting. So I hope you've enjoyed coming with me on that. Stick with me and we'll bring you back shortly. See you in a sec. Hello, welcome back to part 2 of today's video. You can see that we're just here on this bank of this lovely stretch of water, and this we believe to be a bottle dump. So we're just going to have a little dig. We're not going to dig massively because that's not really our thing. I know some people dig like really deep holes. and they're pretty expert at getting stuff out, but we're just going to have a kind of look and see what we can find pretty easily. So far we've managed to find this, which is really intriguing me. What do you think this is? It's got a screw thread there, so it obviously screws into something, or something screws onto it. Some sort of electrical connection, I'd say. Some sort of conductor or something. Let me know what you think. And then this was just lying waiting to be found on the outside of a hole. Look at that. A lovely dainty little piece of bone china there with that beautiful pattern on it. So we're hoping that there's some interesting stuff here to be found. We are going to have a look at whether we can get into the water, but as I said, it is pretty cold at the moment, so we'll only do it if it's quite shallow. We'll let you know. Bring you back shortly. So I've just started digging one area, just jars so far, but they're complete, so that's a good sign that there's complete stuff to be found. And look at this lovely piece of paint next to it. Beautiful colour and some lovely pattern around the outside. So some pretty exciting signs that there's cool stuff to be found. Keep you posted. Look at this lovely bottle that Ryan's just dug up. And it's a Brill Cream one. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely love the design of that. We found a couple of Brill Cream bottles before, but they're definitely not this shape. So definitely a keeper for us. So Ryan's just doing a bit of digging, and I'm just having a look at what he finds at the moment. And look at this lovely bottle. It's still got the lid on it, look. It looks like it said H2. That's as much as I can identify anyway. See if that's what it says. It's always really nice to find something with the lid still on it, isn't it, I think? So that's pretty cool. So there are still bottles coming up. We weren't sure what we were going to find here today, and we didn't plan to do sort of a massive dig. In fact, we didn't plan to do a video at all today. We were just doing a bit of scouting for next year. But while the weather is at least dry and the water level's not too bad, we thought we'd bring you with us for one final lark of the year. So there were a few bottles coming out. Look at this lovely sort of poison bottle, probably a Jay's fluid bottle or something like that, I'd say. This nice little one here, it's a bit plain. This is nice. Oh look, Mason's OK Sauce. That's neat, isn't it? And then this one here, which again is plain. So yeah, there's definitely stuff here to be found, which is great. So like I said, we're just going to take it nice and easy today, see what we can find not too far from the surface, and then we'll be back here in the spring for a proper attempt. Look at this great thing that Ryan's just pulled out. I think this is from a camera. Is my best guess. So look, along the top it's got winter, spring or autumn and summer, and then around the outside it's got light shade. So this one says open sky, if there are trees behind the object, normal, bright subjects. So it's got to be something for a camera lens, hasn't it? I'm pretty sure. That's pretty neat, isn't it? So as you can probably tell, Ryan's doing all hard work today, and he's just pulled out this lovely little bottle. I think this is some sort of medicine bottle, and it's still got the rest of the lid on it, look. The plastic lid. I love it when it's got a lid. I don't know why. It just seems a bit more exciting, doesn't it? Let's see if it says anything here. Can't work out what was in it. But yeah, I think that might clean up, you know. Look at this lovely piece. Ryan's just pulled out this bottle, actually pretty close to the surface as we said, and it's really, really nice. So it's got a name on it. It says B Wick Bros, B Wick Brothers, I assume, and then it says here that's registered. It's got a picture of a horse on it. Oh wait, that's not a horse, because that, yeah, antlers, so it's some kind of stag, isn't it? This is lovely. And then it's got some writing there that's pretty faded, trademark. And then around the bottom, Bladen. So that must be the place. I'm not sure where Bladen is, actually. But isn't that beautiful? And what an interesting colour. It looks almost black. I wonder if that's just because it's so dirty. Interested to see how it cleans up. But yeah, what a stunner. Really pleased with that. I've never heard of that make before, nor have I seen a bottle with that picture on. So, brilliant find. So we're just heading off from that area now. So that is definitely one that we will be coming back to in the spring. And we're just going to go and see at the water levels along here, see if it's possible to get in. But while we're sort of trudging along, I'd just like to say thanks to everybody that supported us this year. I started this channel only because my hobby is going out and finding old things and interesting things. And I thought some of you might be interested too. And I've been blown away really by how many of you have been interested and have engaged with the channel and left me some lovely comments and helped me out. Helping me learn about the objects that I find and that sort of thing. So I really am grateful to each and every one of you. There are some exciting things planned for the channel next year. So obviously we're going to continue with the Larking in the same way that we do now. But we're also going to open an Etsy shop. So I'm going to start making some items out of the little pottery pieces that I find. And because we are running rapidly out of room in our house, we will sell some of the smaller items on Etsy that we find as well. So keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know once that's up and running in the sort of first part of next year. So I'll bring you back shortly and let you know how things are going over here. See you in a sec. So to finish off today's adventure and scouting of locations, we're just going to have a quick lark in here because who can resist a bridge? And it looks pretty exciting. So hopefully it's full of stuff. We're just going to get down in and we'll see what we can find. Look at this. I think this is probably the first sort of child-sized shoe we've ever found. We find our fair share of shoes and some really great boots that have got some age to them, but I don't think we've ever found one this size, and I absolutely love it, you know. Look at the bottom. You can just see the workings of it, can't you? And I just wonder of the stories this would tell if it could. Isn't it fantastic? I wonder what sort of life it had and what sort of owner it belonged to. We don't always keep the shoes. We sometimes sort of dispose of them if they're sort of too far sort of beyond repair. They're quite hard to keep, but I absolutely love this one, so I am definitely going to keep it. So I'm really pleased that we've been able to show you something from in here. We weren't sure what we were going to find at all, so that's pretty cool. We're going to keep looking for a little bit longer. We're not here for long, but hopefully that won't stop us from finding some cool stuff. So we'll see you in a sec. Look at this, always a pleasure to find a complete one of these. And it'll just have the name on the bottom, look. This one. And I think it will probably say not genuine unless bearing WP Hartley's label. And these clean up really nice. I've got quite a collection of them now, lots of different sizes. I'm pretty fond of them. So it's nice to find a complete one. And look, Ryan's found a bottle in the water. Stuff obviously drops down from the sort of bottle dump above, and this is a pretty neat one. So it's plain, it doesn't have a sort of brand or anything on it, but I don't mind that because I quite like the shape of it. It would have had a little cork in it, look, and I can just imagine it with some sort of potion coloured something in it, you know. It'd look great, wouldn't it? So that's nice. It's always a pleasure to find anything complete, to be honest. I wonder if it has just got a bit of a stopper still in it, or if it's just full up with junk. I just pulled this out and I thought it was complete, and unfortunately it's not. And I just wonder at the age of this, because look at that pattern, isn't that just intriguing? So simple, isn't it? You can just see around the outside there, look, there would have been some further markings. I wonder how old it is. So yeah, what a neat find. There's a couple of things to catch you up on. This lovely little piece of pottery here, look, just that little green pattern on it. This we thought was something really exciting. I'm really not sure what it is, actually. What an interesting colour. And it's got this really nice design around the bottom. It's obviously snapped off some kind of tree, I'd say. And then just underneath, you can just see a little handwritten "Made in Japan." So I'm quite intrigued by that, you know. I wonder what it would have been. What would you have used that for, I wonder? And then you can probably just see here in my hand a little handle from an old bucket or something. And I love to find these old sort of cast iron handles. I think they've just got such a look to them. So yeah, a little small set, pretty neat. And it's nice that there's still stuff to be found. I never fail to be surprised by the interesting stuff that we find, and I know that you you know, some of you I'm sure won't find this sort of thing interesting, but I just can't believe that we found this washing around the river. These are bottle tops, they were screwed up together, and they're just the old foil ones, and you can just see there it says Radstock Co-op pasteurised milk, I think that would have said, and then this one says something like bottled by, it looks like it was going to say sort of Morris Dairy or something like that. But I mean, just what are the chances that they'd still be bobbing around the water after all this time in a little bundle? And I think that's just interesting, so I thought I'd share it with you. There's a real mixed bag of stuff here to be found today actually, which is pretty exciting. Ryan's just pulled out this old tin, look at it, not much left of it, but it says genuine Lockheed super heavy duty hydraulic fluid, made in England. And there's just something great about that, isn't there? Look at this. Isn't that brilliant? I wonder why it ended up here. I suppose it was just dumped with bottles and other stuff, wasn't it? And it's just worked its way here. And we've been able to come and scoop it out. Not very often you find tins. Of course, they just don't sort of last as long. So yeah, quite pleased to see that. It's pretty neat, isn't it? There's another bottle under the bridge, and this one is another Fletcher's. Looks like it says tomato sauce, look. That's quite nice, isn't it? I know these are sort of fairly modern compared to some of the bottles people look for, but I don't mind them, you know. I think I say that about everything, don't I? I think it's just interesting to find any sort of relic of time gone by. So yeah, pretty neat. Okay everyone, we're back home now, so I'll just give you a quick roundup of some of the things that I've brought home today. So I've given a few of the things a quick clean. I've brought this home because I'm really intrigued about this. This is the thing that I think is from a camera. It's pretty neat, isn't it? This is a mystery item, so let us know what you think this is. I did bring these home, and I'm sure some of you will think, why on earth would you bring that home? It's just rubbish, but I really like them. And then you can see some of the sort of bottles here that I've brought. So this one, obviously, the Fletcher's one, cleaned up quite nicely. This one with the lid on, still got some content in it. This one I tried to clean for ages, and actually this is the colour of it. It's almost black. It's a really sort of dark sort of glass, which is really unusual. We don't have one like that, so that's pretty cool. That's the Bewick brothers with the sort of animal on the front. This little jar of Mason's OK sauce, I really like that. We found OK sauce before, but I don't think we found one quite like that, so that's good. Little jar, the Brill cream, and then this one here. And of course these come home because look how they clean up, aren't they great? There's probably still a bit more to do with that. And I did bring the little shoe as well because I just fell in love with it. I absolutely adore it. I think it's just got such a story to tell, hasn't it? And then here's my lovely pottery collection from today. Have a look at some of these stunning pieces that I've brought home to top out my collection. I haven't done anything with any of my pottery pieces yet, but as I said to you earlier, I've got some pretty grand plans for them. So it's really good to find some great pieces today. I also brought this plate home. Look at this. You can just sort of see the pattern as it would have been there on the edge, and it looks like it's been in a fire or something. I wonder if it was in the bottle dump and it's been sort of caught in the flames or something. It gives a pretty neat sort of look to it now. And I also brought this home just because I'm so intrigued by it. It's just quite an unusual thing to find, isn't it? So this came home too. But yeah, super pleased with today's haul of pottery. And then before I let you go, I'm just going to show you one more thing. See you in a sec. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know that I very often find these lovely little paste jars. I found so many of them. This one's CWS, but Shipham's was the sort of main brand for quite a long time. And a lot of you have asked, what actually is meat paste? What is it? What was it used for? Why are there so many jars of it left around? Well, the jars must just be pretty good quality because they certainly last. I did a little featurette on Shipham's a little while ago on one of my other videos, I think, when I found a Shipham's jar. And then I was in the supermarket the other day and I came across this. And they do actually still make it. So I thought, why don't I bring some home and show you what it's all about? So bear with me a second, I'll just open it and then we can have a quick look at it. So here it is. Obviously still making it, and it says there Chichester, England, Shipham's, established 1750. This is a beef one. I was a little bit surprised that they still sold it. It was obviously a real staple back in the day because I mean, I suppose it came in small jars. It was obviously relatively cheap, and I suppose some kind of nutritious. And this is what it is. It has got quite a significant smell to it, but it's kind of like a pate, and they would just have it on like in their sandwiches, on crackers, on bread. So it is a bit of an acquired taste, not very popular anymore these days, but obviously they are still making it and selling it. So there you go. I just thought I'd show you what Shipham's paste is all about. So I hope you found that interesting, and I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. It's a bit of a mixed bag today, so a couple of different locations, bit of digging, bit of larking, but still some interesting stuff to be found. And just once again, I'd really like to say thank you so much for all your support. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much. Bye.